back, guys, to Steven's DIY Auto Repair. Today, we're going to be doing a rear brake change in my 2017 Dodge Charger SRT Hellcat. So, brake changes are pretty much the same for all cars, but it's going to be a little bit different here because we have these 4-piston Brembo brakes in the rear here, and I'm going to show you how to change those brake pads. So let's get started. Okay, guys. So if you look closely here, there's just these 2 pins that are basically holding this clip back here that holds the brakes inside there. So you got one here, one here. So that's why you're gonna need a punch and a little hammer, a little stubby. So you're just gonna get on there. You want to come back here. You can press on this little clamp. You can press here on this little clamp, pull the pin out. So that's all it is, guys. 1 pin there. We're going to go ahead, tap this second one out. Bam. There you go, guys. That's it. That's as easy as DIY. So then you're gonna come over here and try your best to get your brake pads out. You can use this punch to kind of wiggle them out. There we go. Brembos. Still got some life on them, guys. But we're gonna go ahead and change those out. Okay, guys, now we're gonna go for the second one.
It's just a matter. There goes the light.
It's just a matter of walking them out, guys. Push the piston back in helps too. This one's a little bit more worn on the inside. Now, the brakes. So before anybody starts talking crap, yes, I went with AutoZone Duralast Gold. Start slapping these bad boys on. So as I mentioned, it comes with the hardware. Here's your brake pad. Now, one thing you got to realize with getting any kind of stuff for your car, you want to make sure that the hardware it comes with matches what came on your car. But look at this. So this is the pin that comes with the new brakes, and this is the pin that was on the car. I don't know if you guys can see it, but the new one is shorter, so we can't use these. So screw that one. But if you look at the clamps that go on, maybe it'd help if these are exactly the same. So we can use these. So we're gonna go ahead and use the new clamps that go on, but we're not using the pins. It's important to note. So let's start putting these bad boys on. So what you want to do is you want to come in here and the pistons on this side are closed. So we shouldn't have too big of a obstacle to get the brake pads in. So now we're gonna be using the brake caliper grease. And basically you wanna put this on the back shim here where the pistons are gonna hit, as well as a little bit on the sides here, because it's going to be sliding. Sorry, now I'm all confused. So you're going to have it in here just like this. It's going to go in right here, and it's going to be contacting metal to metal contact on the top and the bottom. So you want to make sure to put some of your grease there, as well as on the contact points of like your pin and your clip, your clamp. So let's do that now. So you're gonna take a little bit of this, put a thin layer. Man, this stuff stinks. Put a thin layer back here. And you're gonna go on the side, put just a tad bit. Just like that, guys. It's not rocket science. You just want to make sure that you're not getting any kind of grease or lubricant on the actual pad or on your actual rotor, because then you're going to have a very bad day. So bam, it just slides right in. So what you could do to help kind of hold it, because sometimes it might slide out, just kind of put that pin right there just to hold the brake. So then you're gonna go ahead and get your other one and do the exact same thing. You want to put a good amount, but not too much, because then all the brake dust is just going to cake up on there. And then it's going to defeat the whole purpose of doing this. So there you go. Now this one's going to be a little bit different, because I know that we have one of the brake pistons hanging out. And I forgot to mention, guys, the reason why they call it a 4-piston Brembo brake is because you have one piston here, one piston here, one here, and one here. So each brake pad is being compressed into the rotor to help stop it. That's where you get your performance braking from. Normal cars, normal passenger cars, something that's not a lot of horsepower, usually only has one piston on one side, if not maybe 2 pistons on one side, and it compresses into the your brake rotor. So what you want to do, it's not the proper way, but you want to come in here and kind of gently press in the rotor, the piston. Okay guys, so yeah, like I said, you just want to kind of gently press it in You could actually probably even go to your brake reservoir, pull off the cap, and allow it to easier allow it to be much easier for you to depress the caliper. Sorry, caliper. The piston inside the caliper. There we go. Man, I'm getting tongue-tied over here, guys. So we'll go ahead and grab this one. Press it right in. So now you want to go ahead and push your pin all the way through. You can at least press one pin in all the way through. So now you're going to get your clip. Let's get the other pin first. Can you guys see that really good? So you just want to come up and under. Actually, what we should do is put a little bit of grease on this. So what we can do, it's a tad bit of grease. That's good enough. So also too, guys, you could put a little bit here because this is contacting your brake pad also, which is moving. So just put a little bit on these wings and you should be good. Don't want too much. Okay, so like I said, we're gonna come back over here. You're gonna put this side up and under that first pin that you already put in. You're gonna come down here, press that in. Until you hear that little click. Now you're not fully done yet because you're gonna have to go from this side, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to bring you guys with me, but you're gonna have to go to this side and actually take your hammer and your punch and punch it all the way through until you see it pop out here to fully seat. So I'm gonna go ahead and go under there and hopefully you guys can see it pop through. Good. Okay guys, so you want to do your best not to be under the rotor. I know we have it safely jacked up, but you want to do your best not to be under it. Or if you are, make sure you're not under it for too long. There, it should have bottomed out, you guys. Hopefully you guys could see that. Okay guys, so hopefully you've seen it bottom out right here. So you're gonna do the same thing with the top. I'm gonna see if I can't come to through the top with that one. You got limited space, so that's why it's a little stubby. It's good. you go, guys. Hopefully you've seen that one bottom out. And there you have it, guys. That is how to do a brake change in the rear of your Hellcat or SRT 392, or with your 4-piston Brembo brakes. And that's it, guys. So we're gonna go ahead. We'll throw this tire on, get the lug nuts torqued to spec, and then we're gonna do the other side. But don't worry, I won't bring you guys along with that. It's the same exact thing on the other side, just opposite side. All right, guys, so that is it. That is pretty much, that's how you do a rear brake change on your Hellcat, your 392, or any vehicle that has 4-piston Brembo brakes. So we're completely done with our rear brake change. Now, one important thing to note, this is very extremely important. Whenever you do any kind of brake job on your car, whether changing out brakes or doing a brake bleed, or anytime you do any brake job, before you take off in your vehicle, make sure to pump your brakes. And what that means is, when you get in your car, you're gonna press down on the brake pedal, and it's gonna feel very, it's gonna go in quickly. It's gonna be very squishy. You're gonna keep pumping until it starts getting hard. No pun intended there. You're gonna keep pumping it until it gets hard. And the reason why you do that, or the reason why that happens, is because, like depressing your pistons inside your caliper, you're pressing all that brake fluid that was inside your calipers back up into the reservoir. So in order to get that fluid pumped back in, you need to pump your brakes. Keep pumping your brakes until they get hard, and make sure to do a little test lap, wherever you're at. Don't go off trying to go into the streets and not have brakes. So you always want to make sure to pump your brakes. So enough on that, safety officer. So but anyway, yeah, being serious, guys, you really want to pump your brakes before you take off after every or any kind of brake job. All right, so I'm done with that, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please hit that like button if you did. And if you have any comments, questions, or concerns, make sure to drop a comment in the comment section below. And if you would like to be notified when I put out a new video, hit that notification bell. And please, guys, subscribe to my channel. Come on, please subscribe to my channel. I need the support, and I would greatly appreciate it. So if you would like any of the tools that you've seen here today, or the brake pads that I used, I will put a link in the description below. And until next time, remember, don't be afraid to tackle anything on your vehicle. It's as easy as DIY. So until next time, guys, have a good one.